Hello, Mr. Charles. Are we at Superfecta Saturday? Super Saturday? What should we name
Ah,
Saturdays?
well, we might as well just go with superfecta because I feel it today.
Oh, Charles is on his game today. Well, we were on our game a little bit last night at Eagle Farms, Tom and I. That last race, we both picked the horse that paid $19 to win as our top choice. And I think in we did 5 races. I had the winner in 4 of them, but unable to connect. We had the exacta in the last one, but unable to connect some of the too many horses getting beat for third down in Australia. So let's see if we can do a little bit better at Oaklawn Park today. On Thursday when we got together, I did not like the Aqueduct card at all. It played out that way for me. I don't want to jinx myself again, speak it into existence, but I do have some key horses today. What about you?
Yeah, same here. I definitely have some key horses, and you know what? In some of these races, there's some price horses that can do some upsets.
Yeah, indeed. And there's also some other horses I think that just a cut above all the others that you can maybe centralize some of your bets around. So we're
Correct.
going to see if we can make that happen today at Oaklawn Park. See if we can how we can compete with Vic Stauffer. All right. In race number 1, this guy is 6 furlongs. It's a maiden claiming $20,000. The way to the winner's circle at 6 furlongs at Oaklawn Park, at least so far, has been to have some tactical speed. Post positions 1 through 7 play fair. You do get a little bit of a bonus if you wear an 8 or out. There are some scratches in this first race. Let's take a look, Charles, at the way to the winner's circle worksheet. And we'll see here that the 2 and the 6, both pressure horses, are out. E-horses, if you haven't been here before, go wire to wire, or it's what they usually do to win. EP can go wire to wire, or usually within 2 lengths of the leader at the quarter-mile marker. The P horses, usually within 2 lengths of the leader at the quarter-mile marker. That horse that will then go on to win. Pressure closers, they can be within 2 lengths or back. The closers like to sit in the back seat. See some down arrows here. The 7 is dropping in class. The 5 is dropping in class. The 3 is a first-time starter. This one horse here, Charles, it's going to be a heavy favorite. Has a ginormous early pace advantage, 9 points over everybody else through 2 furlongs. And if you combine early pace and late pace, this guy has an 18-point advantage over the rest of the crew. Let's get started with your picks. But before we do that, Charles, 1,000 Simulations says that the 8 horse here should be like one. I mean, the 1 horse should be like 1 to 20. Everybody else is jockeying for second.
Yeah, and that's how I see it. I think it's a one horse race. It seems like on paper, at least. Yeah, the favorite is going to be extremely hard to beat. And you know what? Rich could probably open up his wallet and take out some of his beer money and claim this horse
I
today.
don't drink anymore, brother.
Okay,
I
well,
was dangerous to me in the world. I mean, just the whole place
that
is better off because I don't.
take out your Mountain Dew money then,
Mm-hmm.
and lay it on the one and pick it up on it. So
Yeah, I
this
keep
horse
that company in business.
this horse has hit the board last 3 times. Well bet the last 3 times. Has the speed to go wire to wire. That's how I see it's going to happen too.
You mentioned
So
the speed. According to our 1,000 simulations, 72% chance at the quarter-mile marker he's on the lead.
yeah, I'm going to give it probably closer to 100.
All right.
And then so to finish up the exacta here, I'm going with the 5. The 5 drops in class. He has that tactical speed. He could try to keep up, and I think he'll just run second pretty much all the way around. And then the third horse should be the 7, I believe. The 7 is my third pick. Showed some speed a year ago, but he's been off for a while, so solid works to get back in the game. So it's a tough race for him to get back in. And then my price horse today, which it would be a price horse if he beats the 1. That'd be the 3 weight break, and that's probably his best advantage of the whole thing.
All right. Well, he gets a weight break. Well, I agree with you. The 1 horse going to be tough to beat. Chalky as can be, but if you look at the speed numbers and now with the scratches too, it's just so much better than anything else anybody else has put up. They're all either going to have to come up or he's going to have to regress. The 5 horse, I agree with you, could be ice cold. Big drop in class, 3rd race off the bench. In the last time the horse had a 3-race cycle, that 3rd race was the best of the bunch. I'm going to go with the 3 horse here as well, Charles. It's a first-time starter. but I have a little bit different reason for taking him. He has a bullet and go. And according to Barry Meadows in his book, The Skeptical Handicapper, if you haven't bought that one, you probably should. If you like statistics, he covers, everything. This is what I call an alpha angle. Horses that are maidens, that their last workout before they go to the track is a bullet, win at 15% or more overall. So it's a play that you can put in there and sometimes catch prices. And you're going to definitely get a price here with that 3 horse. And then I have the 7, Rowdy Daisy. It's another one that should be involved from gate to wire. So if the 5 doesn't go 1, 2 all the way around with the 1, maybe the 7 does. You have a $4 exacta 1-5, right, Charles?
That's right. Ice cold.
Ice cold. All right, he's going ice cold. All right. I'm going to go a $1 double. I'm going to put that 1 on top of, it was like 6 horses in the next leg. So 1 double, 1 with 1, 2, 6, 9, 10, and 12. That's a $6. And, I was going to do all on the back end, but that would have been, I think $12 would have doubled it. And if it goes chalk, I might not get that back. I figure if I go 1 and then 6, even if I do get chalk, I maybe get 3/4 of it back. So still have a chance for a nice payout in some of those others. Race number 2, Charles, at Oaklawn. This one is 6 furlongs, claiming 30,000. Non-winners of 2 lifetime. The purse is $34,000. The way to the winner's circle is to have tactical speed. Again, post 1 through 7, play fair. Do get a little bit of a bonus if you wear an 8 or out. The pace shape for this wide open race, Charles, it's pretty. You got a lot of horses here that want to be on the front, a few that want to be in the middle, a couple that want to close, a trio that want to close. So should be a pretty evenly paced race, although at 5 horses up front, I would expect to see a lot of early speed. The 2 horse and the 12 look like they'll be the most competitive. If you're looking for closers to chase down this wall of speed, the 5 and the 6 are your choices, as those 2 have the most late run. Charles, when they're done running, how are they going to line up?
Okay, well, yeah, this is a interesting race. And when you said wide open, I think that's what it is. But I still leaned on the 10 here. This horse has the right amount of speed. He could probably even sit off the speed if he had to. He drops after the claim. Trainer gets 30% when they drop off to the claim. So I look for this horse to be very dangerous here. The 9 horse is my second pick here. Another one that has speed, of course. There's at least 7 or 8 of them that has good speed. Drops here, ran 3rd last time out, and so I see that horse being pretty dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
We got another dangerous horse here that was claimed a few back and has tactical speed. Steve Ashmanson gets a 17% when they're 90 plus days off. So you got a fresh horse that has some speed, father-son combo. And then my final pick, which I believe this horse does have speed, but he has more of the closing speed. The 5 horse. He ran 2nd last time out, and he drops in class. So he might be picking up some pieces there, and that could be a good price horse.
Yeah, if you look at the simulated odds, the 10 horse here, 3-1 morning line, maybe a little bit of an overlay, should maybe be a little bit closer to 5-2. Again, this is using 1,000 simulation speed numbers. 2 horse, maybe your second favorite in there, 4-1, maybe should be 7-2. 2 horse likely to be involved early on, 23% chance it has the lead, but it looks like the 9 horse at 39% is the most likely pace setter when the gates open. As far as I'm concerned, looking at this spot, I like the 9 horse in here. Penetrator is my top selection. Penetrator broke his maiden here with a career best effort, coming off the bench, and it's the scenario that it gets today. I'm going to go with the 1 horse next, Happy Boy Rocket. This one is coming down in class. 2 really good workouts, bookending a pair of maintenance workouts. So I think this horse is going to be fit, firm, and ready to run. Number 10, Old St. Andrews, Robertino Diodoro. 30% winner. When he claims a horse and drops it, that's what we see today with St. Andrews, and does have 2 nice workouts since joining the Diodoro barn. And then finally, my last call in here, number 2, Dark Timber, big drop in class after chasing some really super duper fast fractions last time out. I think this one's going to move forward in round 2 off the bench and shouldn't see anything like the pace it saw last time. I'm going to do a trifecta 50 cent, 1, 9, 10, over the 1, 9, over the 1, 2, 6, 9, and 10. And that's my go-to bet when I don't have a vertical bet. The trifecta. That one is a $6 trifecta. And hopefully we catch a couple prices in there and we can cash out a nice ticket there. Race 3, Charles, at Oaklawn Park. This one is 1 mile and a 16th. It's an allowance for $10,000. The purse is 31 grand, Charles. The kind of horse that typically wins at 1 mile and a 16th. Stalkers with a slight outside to inside bonus. So 7 does better than 6, does better than 5. But you get a little bit more of a bonus if you wear an 8 or out. Our way to the winner's circle worksheet. This is how these horses have won in the past. We do see that the one horse is scratched in here. That leaves everybody as a pressure closer type. So one of these horses has to take the lead. 2 horses, a left arrow horse, one you're probably going to want to keep an eye on. 7's another one that's likely to set the tone when the gates open. Charles, when they give out the check, who are they going to hand it to?
Yeah, this is another tough one, like you said. Who's really going to take the lead? Well, right now, I think it's going to be the 4. The 4 has speed, ran 3rd last time out. You got a hot jockey trainer combo for the last 14 days. So, everything says that this horse has a great shot today. The 7 horse is my second pick. This horse has that tactical speed also. Ran 3rd the last 2 times. Hollendorfer gets 18%, and as everybody knows, that he knows how to get horses to the winner's circle.
Mm-hmm.
And then my third choice
is not in California.
Well, yeah, not anymore. The 6 horse is my third choice. This horse has ran 3rd last time out. He's 12 for 18 this year. So you can't, put away this guy yet. Tactical speed. He's got a hot jockey trainer combo in the last 14 days. So he's another one to watch out for. And then my price horse here will be the 5. Won the last 2. Should be closing at the end. So there's my 4 picks.
All right. As for me in race number 3, I'm a big fan of the 4 horse, Leader of Men as well. Did run the top last race. Speed Figure actually wasn't my top pick. But at Oaklawn Park, this guy has struggled. And so far, the workouts are only okay, too. Flowers for Lisa is my second choice. Charles in my computer once again. This one could be the pace setter, as we saw in our way to the winner's circle worksheet, in a race that's filled with closers. So we'll see if this guy can get to the lead. If not, the 2 horse, my left arrow horse, will get to the lead. This horse has numbers that are good as the others, so I'm going to take the higher odds. And then finally, number 5, Flat Out Winner. Kind of what we're looking for here. Has the top late pace in this field, and it's just this far away from winning his last 3 races in a row. Again, go to bet for me because I might have the right picks. Got to have a little bit of play on it, so commit a little bit of money. The trifecta, 50 cents, 2, 4, 7, with the 4, 7, with the 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7. In case you're new to the show, what we do here is we have a $100 budget that we use for the entirety of the card. That's how we make our bets. All right, you ready for race number 4?
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, race number 4 is 6 furlongs. Again, 6 furlongs do favor horses that have some tactical speed. Post 1 through 7 do well. 8 and out get a little bit of a bonus. Our pace set up for this race is kind of interesting because the 4 horse is still in it. The 4 horse being one that should have a lot of early speed, be up near the front, probably get challenged by the 8 horse. I like this race shape here because most of the horses back here want to close, or you have a 6, a first-time starter. Just limited folks up front. So the 4 and 8 should be able to set the tempo. We'll see if they can set the tempo from beginning to end. If not, the 2 horse has a huge late pace advantage over the rest of the field. Charles, are the 4 and the 8 going to take the top 2 prizes for you?
No, not top 2 prizes. Nope. I really like the 3 horse here. It's even a price horse too. I mean, he's got Morning Lion's pretty good. Very well bred, extremely well bred. Steve gets 21% on their second career start. This horse broke slowly last time. They add blinkers today. Last 3 works for very good. And if you look at those last three works, one of them was from the gate, and you know they put the blinkers on them. Those last three works were way better than the ones prior. So I like that horse a lot today. The two horse is my second choice. He ran second last time out. You got a hot jockey last 7 days. And Zito, is he going to get that win? Is the big question.
Yeah, not too many days left.
Not too many days left in this year. You're right. But let's see. But yeah, I like him there. And then my second spot, I like the 5 horse as my third choice. This horse ran second last time out. Hot jockey trainer combo has some tactical speed at least. And then my final choice is for the price horse would be the 4. He has speed. Just toss out that last race that he had. Toss it out. This is the first time gelding, and so he'll be tough to beat at the front end. But I still think it's going to be the 3 that's going to catch him.
All right. So I like the 8-horse. EV's Sherman or Ev Sherman ran better fractions last time out at 7.5 furlongs versus 6 furlongs. Did have a significant jump with its early pace numbers. This one should be close to the same as it was in race 1 off the bench in race number 2. Number 4, Sinners Sin. Yes, that's what they do. Could be the pace setter here with the top early pace late combination by a slim margin. Very consistent performer if you toss out its debut. Number 2, Atlantic Dancer. 3 consecutive speed figure increases in a row. That's another one of those Barry Meadows alpha angles, and does have that strong late pace advantage over the rest of the field. And I'm going to put our good friend Chris Parmalou's theory to the test. Horses that finish second in the race before break their maiden the next time out. And number 5, if the 2 doesn't do it, will be the one who also has a chance to break or approve the crispy angle. Third after a layoff. And the last time the horse had a 3-race cycle was the best. It didn't have a 3-race cycle before, but the last half of its last race, was very strong. So it's a horse that looks like it's on the improve too. Now we're going to zip on over to race number 5, Charles, at Oaklawn Park at a mile.
Well, you didn't cover your bets there.
Oh, yes. You got a bet too. So go ahead. Give us your bet. I apologize.
That's okay. Well, I have the try box here with my 4 horses. Like I said, I think, especially with the 3 being a price horse, and the 4 might be a decent price too. I think that's going to make a good trifecta.
Indeed. I like the 4 and the 8 in here. I think these 2 horses stand out from the rest. So I'm going to do a 50-cent pick 3, 4, 8 with all in that second leg. So if I get through the first leg, I will definitely be alive in the third leg, where I like 2 horses as standouts as well in race number 6, the 2 and the 8. So a little bit of foreshadowing there. Now we can jump forward to race number 5 at Oaklawn Park. Race 5 is a mile and a 16th, claiming 10 grand, purse of $27,000. A mile and a 16th favors horses that stalk with a slight outside-inside bias. So 7 does better than 6 and so on. If you get a little bit more of a bonus, if you wear a 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12 in this case, our way to the winner's circle worksheet shows us in race number 5 that there is one scratch, the 11 horse. It is out of this race. You don't have a true front runner, and that all of the W's came going wire to wire. But the 3 and the 7 can play pilot or co-pilot. Very flexible horses in here. The 4 horse is a pressure horse. This one does have a strong late pace advantage, so it probably sits right behind these, tries to run by him at the end. But this 12 horse over here as a pressure closer type, again, another set of versatile skill set. This one looks to me like it does have enough early speed to be what I call a left arrow horse and maybe contend from beginning to end. Charles, will it be there in the end for you?
You know, the 12 is going to be right there. The 2 is going to be right there. But yeah, it's a tough one. Who's going to really get the lead, I think. Well, I'm going to go with the 2 here. Is my first choice. This horse has the speed, like you said. One last time out drops. So I think he's the one that's going to get the lead and probably keep it. The 3 is my second choice. This one has tactical speed also, drops in class. So he should be right there close to him. Then I see the 12 hanging in there because he does have tactical. The trainer gets 27% when he drops him down to 2 levels. You got a hot jockey trainer combo on him, and you got blinkers off. So they're trying to calm him down a little bit. Maybe he won't go to the lead. And then my prize play will be the one he won last time out. Drops in class, and then he closes pretty good. So this horse might have a shot at the end.
Yeah, I don't know about this one horse because if you look over here, I'm going to put him as my top pick. If you look at the simulated odds, again, 1,000 races using the speed figures that the horse has created already, it says this horse should be closer to 1-1.
So
I
that
don't know
means
what in the hell's going on there. So something, is it mispriced? Is it a mistake? I don't know. But
well, yeah. It's
along
saying
with
it's a value right now. It's saying value.
yeah, it's saying, but along with that simulated odds, when I do my handicapping, the horse also has the top early pace, late pace combination in the field. So I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if that horse is mispriced or what. I like the 3 horse in here as my second choice, Wartime Hero. This one has been off since May, so maybe that's a little bit of a concern. Could be rusty coming out, but it does have a decent workout pattern getting ready. There's a mixed bag of performance when the horse runs fresh like today, although the career best effort did come after the horse spent just a couple of days less than a year in the barn, like 360 days. So only got 1 line and not 2 on the past performances. Number 12, my third choice, just like you. Primer Dimer. This one is a left arrow horse that's dropping multiple classes for trainer Robertino Diodoro. Third off the bench and moving to jockey Christian Torres, who's just been on fire at Oaklawn to start the campaign, winning 7 of its 20 races. And then finally, for me, I'm going to go with the 4 horse in here, Optimus Cat, as my final choice. Got to love that transformer type name. This guy does have the top late pace figure in the field and also some of the best early speed, late speed combination as well. Again, another trifecta for me. I'm going to go 1, 3, and 12 with the 1, 3, with the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 12. Again, another $6 bet on a race where I don't really have a horse that I'm going to key on. So that's why I do trifectas in those spots, because you can't go vertical if you're not, I'm not going to say certain, but if you don't have a really good reason to put that horse in another race. Race number 6 is next up, Charles, on the card. Here's 10 race card at Oaklawn Park. Race 6 is 1 mile, optional claiming $100,000 for a purse of $104,000. At 1 mile, the horse that typically makes it to the winner's circle has tactical speed, and there's definitely an inside-out bias here with the rail, the 2, and the 3 outperforming all of the rest. Again, if you want to see what the race shape looks like, and it's very important, in my opinion, to get an understanding of how the horses are going to lay out on the track. One of the closers, the 5, is out of this race. Got 2 that want to get to the front, but one in particular that looks like it should have a pretty good advantage. The 2 horse has a 10-point advantage at 2 furlongs. Should be a length and a half, 2 lengths off of everybody else when they hit that quarter-mile marker. And then it has a 7-point advantage once they get to the half-mile marker. On the way home, you have the 8 horse with a strong late pace advantage. So if the 2 horse can't hold them off, the 8's going to be the one that's charging. Charles, I told you early on, I like those 2 horses in my pick 3. I do like them. What about you?
I think it's a 2 horse race, and I believe it's between the 8 and the 2. I like the 8 first. He gets first time Lasix. Cox gets 38% with the first time Lasix. So, I mean, and this horse is, like you said, kind of got that tactical speed more on the late side. So that horse is definitely going to be something to reckon with at the end. Like you said, again, the 2 will definitely be on the front. He didn't want to punch in the 2, but has the speed, one only race, jockey and trainer combo. It's really hot of late. So, hey, those 2 I think are the best 2 horses in this race. The 6 horse will try to finish out some of the exotics, drops in class, going longer today. You got a hot jockey trainer in the last 14 days combo. And then my price horse will be the one. The one has speed. One last time out, the rail gets 18% in this situation and adds Lasix. So
Mm.
you got to give him a little shot there for that price.
I'm in total agreement with you. I think the 2 and the 8 horse are the 2 horses in this race to beat. Again, looking at our 1,000 simulations, it says the 2 horses odds should be closer to 2-1, and that the 8 horses odds should be a little bit probably closer to, I don't know, 84%. So what is that, 4-5? So I think you'll probably see both of their odds come down as well. For me, hey, Leo, hello, how are you? Want to say thank you for recognizing or at least calling out the left arrow horses on Twitter when Sean asked the question. I appreciate that, Leo. No, it's kind of strange. On our Twitter file, they're asking who's your favorite handicappers, Charles, and they're mentioning people from all over the place. But I guess it was just like a geometry question. We were a given. You didn't need to mention it, right?
That's right.
I like the 2 horse on top of the 8 horse here. Has that really strong early pace edge. You know, in order to beat this race, you're going to have to pass this horse. Again, if you look over here, it's got a 77% chance, according to our simulations, for the quarter-mile marker, who's going to be where. It's going to be on the lead. You're going to have to beat this one. And it also has first-time Lasix. I love that combination of a horse that has early speed and then gets Lasix, because the Lasix absolutely amplifies that early pace. Number 8, Hit Show. Tied for the top last race speed figure. That was the first time the horse ran in a route. I think it's likely to do better in its second route. This is also the second start off a layoff. And having all that extra late run in a route does work to his advantage. Number 6, Protege. Charles, once again, inside my computer. This guy just needs to run back to his debut. In the second start, it blew a tire. And maybe Lasix is the thing that gets the job done here. Maybe, bled a little bit last time out. Number 3, Groovin on a Saturday afternoon. This is another one that did tie for the top last race speed figure and did show much better fractions last time out. I'm going to go with a $1 double here, 2-8 with all. So these are a couple horses I'm going to key on, hoping to catch a nice price in the next leg. And that next leg, Charles, is race number 7. But before we do that, you have a $2 exacta box.
Yeah, I have $2 exacta box with those top 2, but even I threw in the 6 because a little bit more of a price, and just in case someone doesn't want to finish second. But I think one of those 2 are the winners for sure.
Well, I'm certainly hoping so, because I have the all leg after that. And if one of them 2 wins, I'm a winner too. We're going to move off to race number 7, which is 5.5 furlongs at race number 7. If you want to know the type of horse that wins the Poinsettia Stakes at 5.5 furlongs for $150,000, you would imagine at 5.5 furlongs, you want some speed, but really tactical speed does best. There is a strong rail bias here. 2 through 7 play fair. If you happen to be, I'm the boss of me, and an 8, there is a little bit of a penalty. Not a deal killer, but still a little bit of a penalty there. The race shape for race number 7, we see kind of a wedge, right? You have a lot of speed up front, and it kind of drifts towards the back. The 8 horse in there that does have that disadvantage post, though, has the most early pace, late pace combination, and you do find your closers at the back of the pack. So if this group up here goes too fast, the 2 and the 3 will probably close in on them and try to steal the show late. Charles, who's going to win the poinsettias?
Yeah, this is a good race, and I really like this race a lot. I like this one horse here. I think he's the best horse of all of them. Overall, I think he's got that tactical speed. If the 7 wants to take the lead, he could sit right off of him. He might find himself on the lead, which is just as fine. So this horse has the speed, won the last 2 times. The rail gets 23% at this distance. So I say everything on the 1 on this one. The 7 horse is
everything on the 1.
Everything on the 1. The 7 horse has that, like we said, speed. He cuts back in distance today, so that's pretty good. That's just showing me he's in shape. Norm Casey gets 18%. Upcoming trainer, that's going to be probably a top trainer not too far from now. The 3 horse is a closer. He's got that tactical closing speed. drops in class. John Ortiz gets 17% when he's got 90 plus days off. So you got a fresh horse that's going to be closing here at the end. And then the 5 horse is my price horse. One last time out, has that tactical speed to sit where he wants to, but especially the top 2, it'd be tough for him to catch.
So what are your picks here? Because you only have the 1 to 7 on your screen there. What's next?
Well, the 3 and the 5 on my screen, it went up.
The 3 and the 5. All right.
Yeah.
I don't think you pressed enter on the 3. Maybe you did.
Okay.
I'm not sure. We'll see.
Okay.
It's there anyway now. All right. I like the 8 horse in here. I'm going to go for a little bit of a price. I'm the boss of me. This guy's been solid at Oaklawn Park. 4 times out, 2 wins and a third. It's been his best track so far. Does have the top early speed, late speed combination in the field. Then we catch a little bit of a price. If not, then we'll go ahead with Charles's Airy Oakley. Did have the top last race speed figure. And the resume says she'll be up and maybe a little bit better in her second start off of the sidelines. And does get that high percent, 23% winning rail, all working to its advantage. Number 2, is it Caribbean or Caribbean? I don't know. But it's Caribbean Caper. Its race internals last time were better across the board. And that was the first race following a short break. The limited past performance history says a major jump in performance is possible in the second start after some time in the barn. And then our good friend John Ortiz, as you mentioned, the 7 horse, Pretty Bride, was a tough call for me over to 3 in this spot. But this guy's coming from a grade 3, getting confused with the European and American races in July, and does have some strong works getting ready to return to the track. Charles, you said you were all in. You are all in here.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the 1 here, and especially if he stays at that price, that's going to be a nice little cash out there with the win bet there. Plus, I'm doing a pick 4 starting here. Using him, the 1 here, singling him out, and using 3 of my horses in the next leg, and then using 4 horses in the third leg, and then my top 2 horses in the last leg.
All right. So $50 to win. So half of your budget on the 1. That's how confident you are there. I'm going to do a 50-cent trifecta. The 1, 2, and 8 over the 1 and 8 over the 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8. Again, that little $6 trifecta bet for me, just in case I'm walking around lucky in race number 7, and then I'll find out and know it for sure. Race number 8, interesting to me in here that there's a horse in here that's not in one of the stakes races, another John Ortiz horse. This one is a mile and a 16th at race number 8. Looking at the conditions, it's an allowance, 104,000, non-winners 1, purse of 104 grand. Again, a mile and a 16th tends to favor stalkers. You have a little bit of outside bonus, especially if you have an 8 or out on your back. And a Barber Road in here is the 4 to 5 morning line favorite. It should be closer to 2 to 1 according to our simulation. Challenged perhaps by Disc Jockey, the 9 horse, for favorite status. But Barber Road was on the Kentucky Derby Trail. So kind of interesting to me that he comes back in an allowance race, in a race where there are a few scratches. The 8 is out. The 6 is out. And the 4 is out. This 10 horse does have a very strong, it does have a strong early pace, about 5 points better than everybody else through the first half mile. So should be your pace setter. The 9 horse probably sits right behind him, but does have the most late pace and the best early speed, late speed combination. And with all the scratches now, this 3 horse sits back here as a lone closer. So if that group up here goes too fast, that 3 horse will be able to capitalize and perhaps hit at a nice price. Charles, what do you got?
I think you've been in my computer. That's what I think. Especially when how you said this whole race up. I think the 9 is probably going to be the winner. It's between the 9 and the 1. I really think those 2 horses are going to battle it out. The 9 won last 3 times. Hot jockey trainer combo. Has the speed to stay real close if he has to, or even take it if he wanted to, I guess. And then the 1, like you said, this horse drops in class, adds Lasix today. John Ortiz gets 17%, like we said, with 90 plus days off. This horse probably needed the rest after that long Derby trail races, all he did. So probably
Mhm.
need that rest. And then the interesting horse in here for me is the 10. The 10 ran second last time, definitely has speed. Maker claims this horse and now moves him up. Not a, I mean, in a race like this is that's pretty good. And after 46 plus days off, he had a free reign with this horse, as they call. He's out of jail. That means you could drop him, put him right back, and no one's going to really touch him.
Mhm.
So he moves him up. So that's a good thing. And then my price horse is like you said, the 3. He's going to be closing, which makes him very dangerous at the end with all this speed. So this horse won the last time out, and he will be closing.
Yeah, Barber Road just in this spot is just so much. I think faced so much class here. Last two races were the Kentucky Derby and the Belmont Stakes. Hasn't won yet at Oaklawn Park, but did run there 4 times, 3 seconds, and a win. That O goes today. I don't really like playing such short price horses, but I think it's going to be that one. If not, Disc Jockey is the horse that could have, I think, a chance to beat Barber Road. Has the faster 4 and 6 furlong times at Remington Park last time out, and that was at 1 mile. So I do like to see that the horse improved its speed last time out. A couple of maintenance works in between, so I think this jockey will remain sharp. I just don't know that it has the class of Barber Road, and our friend John Ortiz is a really good trainer. Number 3, U.S. Navy Cross becomes the lone closer with the 6 scratching. As we mentioned in the pace setup, this field is full of early speed horses that want to be forwardly placed. Some of them are going to get tired, and you'll pass them for sure. And then number 10, Stormy Patter, playable price horse, does have that early pace advantage through the first half mile. The question is, with all that pressure on it, will it be able to hold on? For me, I'm going to do the trifecta here with the 2 horses I think are going to win, that have the best chance to win, the 1 and the 9. For second, I'm going to mix in that 3 because I do expect it to close on a lot of tiring legs. And then close it out with the 1, the 3, the 7, the 9, and the 10. And you're just going to do a $5 exacta box, Charles, with the 1 and the 9. Is that right?
Correct.
Are you at all concerned that you might wager more than you get back?
Uh, well, no. I think it'd be right about right. I mean, especially with the $5, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna just try to make a little money here. If I was there at the track betting, I'm trying to build up my money for the last race because another horse I like in the last race.
All right. So 1 race in between the last race, and Charles' horse that he really likes is race number 9 on the card. Second to last race. Race 9 is the second of the 2 stakes races on the card. This is the $200,000 Tinsel Stakes. Again, we're going to run a mile and a 16th, which does favor horses that have a little bit. Oh, this is a mile and an eighth, excuse me. So this is early barbell speed. So horses that are on the inside 3 or 8 and out, they do the best for sure. Our way to the winner's circle pace worksheet for race number 9. We do get a scratch in here with that 2 horse. Should have been part of the early pace. Most of these horses are middle back. The 4 horse is an E horse, so he's 1 going wire to wire. The horse in here I think you're going to have to contend with. Key horse for me perhaps is this 3 horse. It is a left arrow horse. Probably sits in front of this pack right here, waits for this one to tire, and then just runs by for the W. Is that how you see it, Charles?
Well, I think he has a shot to pass by the 4, but I still have the 4 winning the race. I think that horse is really good. Ran third last time out in a grade 2, and this is after he got claimed.
Hmm.
So they moved him up to a big race, and he did very well. Tactical speed, drops, hot jockey trainer combo. So I think he's most likely going to find himself on the lead, and he's just going to sit there. The 1 horse is my second choice here. This horse drops today from a grade 1 and a grade 2. Tactical speed, he should be sitting second or third. Hot jockey in the last 7 days. And then the 3, like you said, has that probably tactical speed. He probably wants to be a little bit closer today than normal. Well bet the last 2 times, so he is definitely a danger to this race. And then my price horse here today will be the 8 horse. Uh, this horse still has some speed itself to keep up. You got jockey trainer combo the last 14 days, and who knows? If the 4 doesn't quite take the lead and the 3's, finding himself a little lost, the 8 could steal this race.
Well, the 3 horse, according to our 1,000 simulations, has a 54% chance to be on the lead. I don't know that it'll necessarily do that. I think it's likely to let the 2 or the 2 scratched, let the 4 maybe go to the lead and just sit right behind it and then try to run by it at the end, or maybe some of these other horses that might try to surprise the pace and see what they can do. But I like the 3 horse in here as my top choice. Run Classic is my left arrow horse in here. Has the top early pace, so can be on the front if it wants to be. Has the top late pace. You can't pass what you can't catch. So I think if it's got the best run in the beginning and the best run at the end, how do you beat it? Number 1, Last Samurai, drops from a trio of graded races. This is going to be a third off the bench with some horse has some brilliant late pace at times. So if the brilliant late pace, Late Samurai shows up here today, has a good shot to take this one. Number 4, Bell Harbor, did run the top last race speed figure and drops in class again. That's a combination that I like to see in the past performance comments. Resume says the second off the break should be as good or maybe just a touch better than the first race off the barn. And then number 7, King Fury, was a tough call for me in the spot. But the reason I put him in here is because he's the most consistent performer of all of the horses that are left. Charles doesn't have a wager here. I'm gonna single that 3 with $1 double with all in that last leg, because I do think that race number 10, Charles, although you have a horse you really like, race number 10 is a race that I think is wide open. It's one that is 6 furlongs in allowance for $104,000. The purse is $104,000. Again, 6 furlongs does tend to favor horses with tactical speed. A little bit better if you have an 8 or out as your post position. It's interesting that you really like a horse here, but you didn't bet it. I find that kind of curious. Maybe you just ran out of money.
Sorry, running out of money.
Yeah, the 13 and the 14 are scratched. Those were also eligibles. You do see here a ton of early speed as well, particularly the 3 and the 9. Those are your likely pace setters. That's why they're boxed off. As far as late pace is concerned, this lone EP is going to sit right behind this wall of speed and then use this late energy perhaps to close and take the show. Charles, is that the one that you really like?
No, actually, I really like the 9 here. I see this horse going out there and just saying goodbye to everybody, really. Why I did not bet it is A, I ran out of money. 2, it is going to be a very short price, probably. And so I'd rather spread somewhere else and then try to build up money to go to this horse, because it's going to be the last race. So if I would win that 7th race, I would take at least another $50 and throw it on the 9 here. So this horse ran second last time out, second after a layoff here, has the speed to go wire to wire. I think it's a race between 2 horses for second. 12 was my first choice. This horse closes hot jockey trainer combo in the last 14 days. Then the 11. This is another one, like you said, kind of has that speed. Ran second last time out. Trainer gets 12% when they're 90 plus days off. And the workouts are okay. So that's why I put him in 3rd. But he's definitely a dangerous horse here. But and then my final pick, which is my price pick, is the 6 horse. Tactical speed, second after a layoff. He fits with these type of horses, so he could pick a piece of the pie.
I'm going to put the 11 as my top choice in here. I don't necessarily think it's going to finish first, but I just think that sitting behind that wall of speed, as we saw in our Way to the Winner's Circle worksheet, this horse is likely to get the best trip of all the horses in here. Does have the top early pace, late pace combination. And as you mentioned, Charles, been off for a while. The workouts are okay, but they were steady. So we'll see if he can bounce back in the first race since May. If not, that big favorite, the 9 horse, likely to go off at a short price one way or another. Ran some very fast fractions in its last race. And according to its CV, probably going to perform as well in the second start after some time in the barn. Number 12 is my 3rd choice, Solwy. She'll be closing and has plenty, and we mentioned on the way to the winner's circle worksheet as well, plenty of speed to catch. So I just don't know in the deep field if I always want a horse to win that comes from the back. It's kind of a difficult trip at times. And then finally, number 3 is my last choice in here, Derby de Lassie. If you look at those workouts, man, that horse has been training incredibly well. Lights out, as they say. It'll be her first race since May 2. The only reason I didn't upgrade the horse with those workouts is because it's a 3-year-old facing a bunch of older horses. I'm going to do $1 exacta box with the 11. I'm going to put the 2, 3, 4, 9, and 12 with it. So 2, 3, 4, 9, 12 over the 11, and then 11 over to 2, 3, 4, 9, and 12, just in case it's a little bit rusty following that layoff, Charles. So got to bet in every single race. Looking at our picks for the entire card at Oaklawn Park, this is what they look like, Charles. And I will also be putting our picks, our comments, and all of our wagers over at horseracingtoday.net as soon as we hang up the show here. Charles, any final thoughts before we get up and get out of here?
No, I think it should be a nice day out there at the track at Oaklawn, and let's get some winners.
Indeed. If indeed you're looking for some winners at Hawthorne today, if you go to the link down in the description below, you'll see that it is the free track over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. Today in race number 1, Westland, the full horse, is the top choice. So head on over there for all of your picks today throughout all of the year as we close out 2022, head into 2023. College bowl season is full swing right now. Picks with the Professor has every single game covered. Again, there's a link for him down below. Make sure you check out his video. Go over to his website at pickswiththeprofessor.com. Professor Sides is a statistics teacher, so he'll do a fantastic job making sure that the numbers are right. And then finally, if you'd like to support the show, have a great hat like this, a nice hoodie with the HRT, while you're at horseracingtoday.net to check out our comments, our way to the winner's circle worksheet, and our suggested wagers, click on that HRT gear link and get yourself something so you look great for the holidays, Charles. All right, that wraps it up, takes us wire to wire for our show today at Oaklawn Park. Charles, no matter if you're betting college football, college basketball, NHL, NFL, I mean, there's a whole bunch of horse racing. It's a whole lot of stuff going on today. No matter what it is, thank you, Janet. We appreciate it. Good luck for you today. Thanks for 4 winners. All right, great. We hope that we have a lot of winners today. No matter what it is that you're doing, we hope, like Janet, your picks end up in
the winner's circle.
Absolutely. Look forward to seeing you on Monday when Terry and I return at 11:30 a.m. Eastern to cover Parks. Till then, everybody, have a fantastic weekend.